Namaste everyone. I hope you all are keeping well, both physically as well as mentally. I am Moumita Chakraborty, also known to you all as Moumita Official. Welcome to the very special SOS series, and today we have a very dynamic lady amongst us, and her name is Dr Sreeveni V, joining us all the way from Hyderabad, Telangana, India. Dr. Sreeveni V is a LinkedIn Top Voice 2024. She is an author, she is a keynote speaker, she is an image specialist, she is a transformational catalyst for self-transformations, and she is enabling people to excel to become a better version of themselves. So let us welcome Dr. Sreeveni V on board and start the SOS session for today. Hello, very good evening. How are you doing?
I am doing good. Good evening, Moumita. How about you?
I'm also doing great. Thank you for asking, ma'am, and welcome to today's session.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. I'm honored.
I'm glad.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
I'm also honored that you have accepted my invitation to join the session because you have a lot to share to the people today.
Wonderful.
Sure. Yes, ma'am. This is the first time we are connecting with each other, and I look forward to a very insightful session from your end.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you so much for inviting me, and gratitude to you and the universe for this opportunity, Moumita.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much. And it's my pleasure. So, without further ado, I have given an introduction about yourself already in the beginning.
Okay.
But we would like to know about you from yourself. So, let us begin with who is Dr. Sreeveni V?
Sure. Thank you so much. Yeah. So, Dr. Sreeveni, now whom you're seeing, is Sreeveni 2.0, let me say. So, I have rediscovered and then reinvented myself right now as a trainer, a coach, and a facilitator from 2017 onwards. Prior to that, career-wise, I have been a lecturer in physics, having completed MSc in physics, and 1991 onwards, I started working as a physics lecturer.
Oh my God.
For quite a lot of time, yeah.
Okay.
For quite a lot of time, almost around 2 decades. And then, of course, I got the job even before I getting married. And later when I got married, my kids, all of that I was continuing. Doing physics is a very dynamic subject, so I had to give a lot of time also apart from my family. So when my kids, they reaching their 10th class afterwards, that is my I have 2 kids. My son is the first one, who is now 27, and my daughter is the second person, 23 years right now. So when they were in their 15, 16 years, when they were just entering the competition, like academic intermediate, then I took a sabbatical and I was with them. I was paying my attention to them. So that small sabbatical of 4 to 5 years, when both of them graduated to their professional academics, that means when they joined their own courses, career for their courses, my daughter, the second one, when she joined her own biomedical engineering in Manipal University, that is when I restarted my career, second career.
Wow.
And I didn't want to become a physics lecturer again because, one, I have had my fill of teaching physics. Number 2, I wanted to explore something because from 91 when I started working, things were different. The technology was different. It was not so advanced at that time. The market was different. So 2017, when I wanted to enter the market, I saw there is a lot of advancement and I had to fill up a lot of gaps to be able to be there in the market. So what I did is, first I enrolled into few courses like image consultancy and corporate training and other courses. I got certified, and then I launched myself in 2018, started conducting trainings, workshops, coachings, and became a facilitator. That I have been doing from 2017 onwards, and that's a journey which I am very proud of as of now, still continuing. And my mission is to help people discover their own dormant potential, true potential, and tap into that and then become a better version of themselves. That's what I'm
Wow,
doing as of
ma'am.
now.
That's wonderful. And you have a very diverse profile. And I don't even know where to start with. But yeah, what attracted me the most about you is that you are also an author. So I would
Yes.
like to start my questions with that. So,
Okay.
like, there is a writing process of every author. So I have the first question for you, which is, can you tell us about your latest book and what inspired you to write that?
Sure. Thank you. So, right now I have published two books. The first is called Self Worth as Your First Impression. And the second one is a help book for this first book, which is called 100 Guiding Tips on Self Worth. So,
Mhm.
let me share the journey of authoring this book. In fact, the the first book, Self Worth as Your First Impression, was very difficult for me to get it out of me. It was there long back in the mind, but then I could not process it properly. One, it is an integration of my life along with the certification courses which I did and which I was doing for all the clients and all the people who are approaching me. I was helping them. So I thought at that time, why not I make it a book such that it will reach further, more audience. But then that became a difficulty at certain places because I had to push myself through few of those incidents in my life. For that, what I was doing is I was prepping myself. I opened the Word document, Google document, and then I was, for myself, I was writing down affirmations and few quotes of the leading leaders wherever I was practicing all of these affirmations and quotes. And that became almost 100, which I was doing regularly. So my publisher, he said, Madam, why don't we release that as a book? It is going to help so many people. It is so helpful and also self-explanatory kind. Then I said,
Wow.
this anyway helped me to come out with my book, but let this be the second book itself, which is going to help. And after I completed this, then I pushed myself through all those barriers, self-limiting beliefs, and all of that. And then came my first book, which is Self Worth Influencer, and that book went on to become a selective for the Golden Book Award in 23, which I received. And that's how the journey was. Later on, it was an impactful book for people as well as
Yes.
for me because the book started reaching places where physically I cannot be. It traveled internationally, nationally, everywhere. So became a
Wow.
bestseller. And that's how the journey has been.
That's wonderful, ma'am. And I wish you all the very best for more success on your way.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
moving ahead, ma'am, what is your writing process like? Like, how do you balance it with your other professional roles?
Okay. Yes, right now I am in the third book, which I am going to publish in the near future. So I follow this process of, for all of us, we have some ideas, coming up suddenly somewhere, wherever, whenever we are at the most very busy, something pops up. So these are flash of thoughts. So what I do a brain dump on a Google document where it is accessible through your mobiles also and your laptop anywhere wherever you are there. Whenever an idea comes, first I'll have a theme of what I'm going to write, and I'll have a framework, a very subtle framework, and then I will know what is that I'm going to put in each subtopic of it. That's when I do this brain dump of whenever I get some any thought or idea or some kind of observation, I immediately dump it. That's how after I collect that brain dump, then I make a sequence of it such that a book is actually a narration of events or a narration of incidents which should go to the reader step by step. We cannot confuse the
Hmm.
reader. We cannot confuse the reader with what we have and what we know. We should actually give them in the process what they want and how they want. That's how I process all the brain dump later. And then that's how the manuscript happens. And the process continues like we go editing, all of that happens. That's how Moumita it
Wonderful.
is.
That's wonderful. I would love to read one of your books and, the upcoming book as well, as it is a bestseller. And I would refer everybody watching us today to go to Amazon, and I'll share the link on the description so that they can directly
Sure.
purchase it from the link itself. So
Thank
moving
you so
ahead,
much.
ma'am. You're
Yes,
welcome, ma'am. So moving
yeah,
ahead, so you are also a keynote speaker, right?
yes.
So what are some of the key themes you focus on during your keynote speeches?
Okay. So I have been doing these kind of keynote speeches where the theme, as you mentioned, uh, mostly it will be in three segments. One is about our self worth, how you
Mhm.
can identify your self worth, and the other is my domain topic, first impressions. How can you create your first impressions, and why does it matter for you to create first impressions? How important it is. And the third is about image management. Image management, in the sense, we play many roles in our day to day life, and we have a different image at a different events and occasions. The role we
Mm,
play. So it's not like you have only one image which you carry everywhere. Personally, also, you have so many other relationships where you have your own image. Like for male and female, it differs, like mother, daughter, etc., father, son, and all. So you are not the same in all these relationships. You have a different image, you have a different role to play, and every role has a goal. You need to attend to the goal of that role. And apart from it, personal life and also in professional life, you deal many roles like a boss, a subordinate, or a peer, a colleague. So here also it differs. It's not fixed image, it is very flexible. So what I do is, about this image management, I help people to understand the concept of we need to our own image management. It's nothing like it happens. You have the control on your image through the various factors. So that's how I take the audience. And
that's great, ma'am.
different from this, there is something called women empowerment also, which I am doing off lately. So that is also helping the many audience exclusively for women, how they carry in their personal as well as professional life, and how do you balance, how do you maximize on both these areas.
Right, that's incredible, ma'am. That's incredible. Thank you for
Thank you.
sharing your secret with us. Okay,
Yeah.
so moving ahead, ma'am, how do
Yes.
you prepare for the speaking engagement? Like, even if it is offline or online, we all have our own persona. So, how do you
Yes.
prepare yourself for any speaking, engagement? And do you have any rituals or routines before going on stage?
Absolutely. So, whenever there is any speaking engagement coming up for me, first I would check with them as to what is the theme, who is the audience, and how much time. All these details I'll check with them. So, basically, any speaking engagement, we need to address the audience as to what they need, what they want. It's not about pouring in all our knowledge and information onto them. So, we only have to give what they need. I'll check with the coordinator, whoever is there coordinating with this, all of the details. If it is online, offline, venue, timings, audience, their I'll also check with their domain, from what domain they are coming, what exactly are they asking for. And once this is done, I will do my own kind of research and prepare some content bullet points. And I will
Mm,
do a lot of research, in the sense I will feed my mind with the required content in the kind of the terminology which is to be used, the kind of examples which they need. I will not prepare a detailed script, but I will have some bullet points, and I will practice with myself as to how I am going to deliver the speech. So this is the
wonderful.
pre-preparation. This is the pre-preparation. And once we are doing the pre-preparation, same time I will also have a visualization, because whenever we are preparing, we are mentally aligned with the concept of it. And I do my own visualization. During the visualization, I will have an idea as to where I am pausing, how I am going ahead, and what are the kind of examples I am sharing, and how the response is, all of this, and it happens. As you
Wow.
visualize,
And another
your
thing I would add is that you always have a smile on your face, which attracts people very much. Positivity.
thank you so much. Thank you so much, Moumita. You too are so pretty. Your smile, I've been seeing your videos, and lovely smile. You are a
Thank
very lovely
you.
girl.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. I'm honored. I'm actually honored that people like you of such repute come to my, podcast, and I am really overwhelmed, and I feel blessed that I get all of your blessings, ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah, same here. Wonderful. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Moving ahead, you are also an image specialist. So, as an image specialist, what are the most common misconceptions people have about personal image and branding,
Huh.
according to you?
Thank you so much for asking this, because this is in vogue right now. It is the trend. So many people have the misconception. Thank you for asking that. That is what we need to address right away.
Hmm. Hmm.
Misconception is that many people think image building, personal branding is only for celebrities, is only for
Hmm.
people who are in the glamour world, or maybe they feel it is not for me. But to let you know and our audience know, image everyone carries. Everyone carries. A child, a student, a homemaker, a working professional, anybody, every profession. This is an image which is there with you. How you project
Absolutely.
yourself is your image, right? So
Hmm.
people don't take care of their presentability. They just feel I am this way, it's my feeling, so I will continue however I am. But presently, earlier also everywhere this is there, but still presently you are supposed to build your image in such a way that you are fit into that particular category. Now for example, I'll give you, if you are going to a gym, you need to
Hmm.
have a particular attire. You cannot go anyway in your bridal attire or a party wear to a gym, right?
Absolutely.
So
Yes.
similarly, when you are going for a formal interview, you cannot go in however you dress, however you feel in your gym attire or a casual attire. For an interview, you are expected to dress in a formal attire. So these things are there not only for gym and formal, whatever I say, interviews. It is there everywhere. So
Hmm.
every event and every occasion, and the role we play in that event and occasion matters. And
Hmm.
a school going child has an image, they have to manage their image. A teacher who is teaching the child also needs to manage her image, or his image. Similarly, a student going to college, the principals, all the staff, and homemakers also have an image, which to my surprise, most of the people, I'm not telling only women, because homemakers nowadays we see even men, they are
Hmm.
helping their better halves to take their careers ahead, and they are taking care of the home and the kids. So that's one hats off to them. Yet the homemakers, when we come, they take it for granted, they do not manage their image. That is the reason
True.
after some time they feel they are being taken for granted, or
Hmm.
people are not respecting them. All of this happens when you are not addressing. So misconception is image management is only for celebrities, or people in the glamour world. No, it is not. Image is for everyone, whoever is stepping out of the, at home also you need to maintain image, but stepping out of your home, getting into the society, getting into the world outside, for your own personal needs or professional needs, you need to manage your image.
Absolutely true, and I completely agree with you on the last topic. The most is
Yes,
that the homemakers basically do not take care of their image as much as required, and in the end, they feel that they are not being given the importance, and all their work is being taken for granted. The
yes.
thing is, what I want to share is that unless and until you love yourself, you respect yourself, and you give that value to yourself, nobody else is going to give you the same, because you are taking
Absolutely.
yourself for granted. So
Yes,
others are also going to take you for granted. So that's a very lovely
absolutely.
point, ma'am.
Yeah, that is what I drive for my clients and my audience, that it is applicable for everybody. There is no
Hmm.
category
Absolutely.
that people don't need an image management.
Absolutely. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for this wonderful answer. So, moving ahead, can you share a success story where your image consulting significantly transformed someone's personal or professional life?
Yeah, sure. Both maybe I can take. One of the cases of one-to-one coaching where I did this image consulting. So she was a homemaker, and for her in the personal life, there was a dramatic transformation which happened. She I will not take any names. I will refer to the case studies. So she was a homemaker, is a homemaker as well, but she was double graduate. She was very
Oh,
educated lady, and the time when she came to me was she was very depressed about herself. She was in a stage where her husband is not respecting her. That's what she told me, that her husband is not respecting her. Her kids, who are now about teenage, 18 years and 22 years, they are not respecting her, and she is not getting any respect from anybody near in her community and all. And when she came for help, because she was so depressed, disappointed, she did not know how to deal with this situation, and almost she was on the verge of, we don't want to mention, but she was not liking the world where she is staying. So she said
oh my
she
God.
needed that kind of support and encouragement. How do I change this? And it's a coaching which happened for a few weeks. And upon see, as a coaching, we know we will dig deep into what can help them. So here, when we were addressing, we together we explored, and it came up that she was not managing her image, so she was being taken granted because all the time she was giving importance to somebody else rather than focusing on
Hmm.
herself as well. So uh, as a child, once when she got married, when they got babies and all, naturally you will give importance to the child because that is some term where they need more importance. But that
Hmm.
continued for her. There will be a time where the child will also, you need to lean off such that they are growing, and then you again have to focus on yourself. This part she forgot, and then towards she was continuing to only give importance to the children and the husband and the in-laws and her parents. So in the process she forgot about herself. She was not maintaining herself at home. Also, she was continuously, it's one simple example I will tell you, she was continuously paying attention to others needs.
Hmm.
And as a very common practice, as a homemaker, she was not attending to her needs. She was feeling, okay, they need this, okay, I will do this, they need this, I will attend to that. And for her, when she wanted rest, she was not taking rest. When she wanted to dress up, she was not taking care of her dressing sense. And when people wanted to go outside, they were not asking her, do you want to accompany, because she was in a very shabby condition. She was never taking care of her personal grooming as well. Her dressing and grooming, she
Hmm.
was not taking care. So in our exploration during the sessions for her on one coaching, we made these changes, we modified her. And then when she made these changes to herself, all the positive affirmations, working on herself, her attitude towards people, also practice self love, self care. When you start doing this, you are first loving yourself, respecting yourself, and then it extends to the other people outside. It's not only taking
Hmm.
care of them and forgetting about yourself. When she started doing this, naturally people started to understand her. They were surprised at how her attitude has changed, and then embracing it. The children started accepting the mother. Oh, I'm very sorry, mama, I could not recognize you, I just took you for granted. This is what her children told. And her husband also started paying attention to her health, her well-being. And like that, everybody in the family, when they started paying attention, she was feeling very motivated. And she
Wow.
came out of that shell, and it was a very dramatic experience. Now she is leading a very happy life. And when children have grown up, they started working, she also took up to some other additional money earning opportunity, though she's not working officially as a professional, but she started something on her own. And that's one success story for her.
Wow.
Wonderfully, we feel so happy about these kind of cases, right?
Same here, ma'am. I feel so happy for her because these are, I think, majority of the homemakers, especially our mothers,
Yes,
are, this kind only, Indian mothers, I
yes,
would say. The
yes,
moment they give birth to a child, even if they're
yeah,
working, my mother was a working lady,
yeah,
but the time they become mothers, what I don't know what happens to them, they completely forget themselves. I tell my mom the same thing. Like when you used to
Yes.
go to office, like after my brother was born, she left her job.
Yes.
So, but before that, even I saw, because I have an age gap of 9 years from my brother.
Okay. Okay.
9 years some months. Okay, so the thing is, what happens is, still 9 years of age, I used to see my mother all dressed up. She was very professional. She used to go to her office. Everything was very punctual. But after she left her job, she took voluntary
Yeah.
retirement after my brother was born, because it was getting very difficult to manage two kids together, and the office
Yes.
work and then all the other household chores, etc. So
Yeah.
after leaving the job, as if like she completely forgot herself. And
Ah.
as time grew on, now I say that, "Mummy, you are not the same person I used to see in childhood. You are completely, you do not dress up like you used to do. But yeah,
Yes.
you have that nature within you, or else how you were that time, right?
Correct.
But
Yes.
you have slowly forgotten how you used to be. So become that person once again, because that's what I have seen
Yes.
since
Yes. Yes.
childhood, and I want to see the same lady again.
Yeah.
And
True.
she is in her mid 50s. She is not grown old, but suddenly we saw that shift on the,
Yes.
physically also it changes.
Yes. They
She used to
forget
look
to give
gorgeous.
importance. They forget to give
Yes,
importance to themselves, which
yeah,
is a needed, much needed.
much needed. She is beautiful, but she doesn't take care of herself.
Yeah.
Even
True.
if even if I want to go to her and say that, "Ma, just allow me to put some oil in your hair," she will like ulta ask me ki, "If you need hair oil, I will put on your hair. Do
Yeah.
you need
Care.
me to put?" Like she ulta
Yes.
will give me. She doesn't want anything for herself.
Yes.
She is always busy
Correct.
taking care of me, my brother, my father, the entire family, like that.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
this is very correct. That is very much
Mindset.
needed. That maintaining the, yeah,
Yeah.
mindset and
Mindset.
management is very much
Self
needed.
care.
Yes, absolutely.
People, we have been
Yeah.
tuned, Momita. Let me tell you. So, why people behave this way is because since the childhood we have been tuned to, if you are talking about self care, then you are selfish. That's what the general
Yes.
notion is. So,
Yes.
if you are talking about self love, you are selfish. This is what is the there spread in the world, in the society. It is not
Yes. Yes.
so. If you are taking care
Absolutely,
of
ma'am.
yourself, you are giving importance because you are a human being, right? So you are a body separately. And I'll give you one small metaphor here. Now, for example, like your mother and any of the our audience also, if they are not only in the homemaker category, professional also, you have a separate body, you have your separate hunger, you have your own separate needs which you need to address, nobody else. You see, if
Absolutely.
you are hungry, if your most loved one eats, your hunger doesn't satisfy, right? So for your body you
Absolutely.
have to eat. Similarly, for your body you have to take care. For your body you have to love yourself. So this is what you need to identify and give importance for yourself as well. Only then you will be able to do for others. This
Absolutely.
concept of being selfish is some way driven into the minds, and that is why people feel, oh my god, people will feel that I am selfish. That's the reason they
Yes.
don't take care.
Mm, absolutely. And the people must understand that there is a thin line between selfish and
Yes,
self-care, and
absolutely,
or
absolutely.
self-respect. At least
Self respect.
self-respect
Yes,
too.
absolutely. Once you know your self esteem, self image, then you will actually understand the thin line what you are addressing between being
Correct.
selfish and self care and self love.
Absolutely, ma'am.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. That will be helping a lot of people out there, especially the homemakers also. Although my
Yes.
mother was not a homemaker, she was a professional. Now she's a homemaker anyway.
Working
Moving,
professionals also work. Sorry,
yeah,
Momita. One small point. Working professionals also deal with these kind of situations when they are
yes,
working. I have seen both men and women when I do this one-on-one coaching. They somehow limit themselves. They feel somebody else is more priority or somebody else is much better than them, and then they put themselves down. This is also not. This is also to be addressed. It is not so. You are, see, you are a professional. You have your own capabilities. You respect yourself. What you tell yourself matters. I am professional. I have this domain knowledge. I am great in this skill. I admire my strengths. If you are telling yourself your internal voice, then definitely it will be transmitted to people outside. Never put yourself below somebody else. So this is what I
Absolutely.
thought for working professionals also.
I completely agree, ma'am. I completely
Yeah.
agree with you. So, ma'am, moving ahead, you are the regional director of Alpha Group International, right?
Yes.
So, like holding that position, what are your main responsibilities, ma'am? And also, please tell us about Alpha International Group.
Okay, so it is a UK based company, and this is when we are dealing with the SMEs, the small and medium enterprises. So they would have their own challenges. Few of them, they would not be able to build up their own revenue, or they also do not know their where the problem is, where the challenge is coming from. They only would get stuck up with, I am not able to scale up, I am not able to scale up. So what we do in our Alpha group is we create this board members group, and our participants, all our board members are company owners, small and medium company owners. So they come from different backgrounds. They come from different product owners or service owners or something like that. So when we all deliberate, we meet monthly once, and when we deliberate over the topics, it is a kind of one full day where we sit down, and then we help each other in understanding their own challenges and also bring out solutions to their challenges. So what we do is,
Wow.
in our setup of that board meeting, each of us, each of the board members who are company owners, they would be talking about their challenges, their expectations, and how to handle particular challenges, how to deal when they are stuck with what they are not able to get it. So if one person is asking a certain question, the remaining 20 people would be addressing that in from their own experiences, past experiences. We would be helping them out in different ideas of giving them clarity. Though it is not our product, from the third person point of view, when you're seeing, you would have an idea as to, oh, this challenge can be addressed in this way. So that is how we
Mm,
deal with those. Now, there will be people from, let me say, for example, uh, water bottle containers creation, production of that, or maybe from textile, there is somebody who is doing this blankets and other things, or maybe there is somebody who is making these covers, paper covers for other sweets or biscuits factories. So this person is only creating paper covers. So like how the diverse backgrounds people come from, the different products or services people come from. So from the third point of view, people will be able to generate a lot of ideas. And these ideas, we tabulate them, we document them, and the person takes those ideas, whoever has this challenge, and they will address. And when they are addressing, few of them are not applicable, few of them are applicable. So based on that, they will, when they are applying these ideas, is it possible for them to use it and implement it, or yet they are getting challenges that they will be able to come and tell us the next month. So like this, it is on a rotation for each person. And when we are actually helping them, they will definitely be coming a time when they will address their situations and also know how to scale up, and that is how they will be building up their revenue. So it is a period of 2 to 3 years where we promise that we are going to be there with the client, the board member, whoever is a company owner. Within 2 to 3 years, you will be able to iron out all your challenges, whatever you are dealing with as of now, and you will be able to scale up your revenue 2 to 3 times. In fact, it happens 5 times also sometimes when they are very
wow.
diligently practicing.
Okay, ma'am. So can you just be? I am also an entrepreneur. So can you just kindly let us all know, like who are watching us today, along with myself, that how do we join? Like, what is the procedure, and how are the offline meetings happening, or do we have online meetings as well? What is the procedure?
This is a it is pan India. You will on the website you will see you can join through any area, Mumbai, Delhi, Hyderabad, all areas. So
Mhm.
joining is through, as a client you can join, and it is a membership. So there is an investment which you need to do for that 1 year. Some people do monthly, but it is a process, because if this month you are joining, you are asking a question and you are getting some kind of ideas or solutions. If you do not come next month, then this goes waste. So it is kind of monthly you need to be there. That is the reason we generally go for annual membership. And when there is an annual membership, you are going to get this kind of support throughout. In between, any time throughout the month, you are getting the support system, right? And apart from this, there is a monthly once, it is a live offline board meeting which happens. So through the live offline board meeting, you are going to get these kind of brainstorming. It's like, appointing an advisor for your company. Now, supposing you are the CEO of your company, you would definitely go for an advisor, right? So maybe you will be also investing towards the advisor. That is one part. Apart from this, if you are enrolled into this for an annual membership, definitely in the offline meeting, remaining 20 people are addressing your own concerns. So it's like advising, advisors. So for the annual memberships, you are going to get these many ideas from different advisors, and it's a continuous process which happens. So,
So, ma'am, when does this offline meetings happen?
offline meetings depending on your own areas, like it's not a fixed time for each area. Anyone can have monthly, only once they meet, deliberate over the ideas, and next month they have. So for regions like a Hyderabad region, I am from Hyderabad region, so you have Mumbai region, Delhi region. So each region, they will decide on their own convenience which is that offline meeting date, and they will have it fixed. Every month they will meet as per that date.
Right. I have heard something similar, which is it's kind of BNI, Business Networking International or India. Right?
This is not like BNI. This is a different concept for business owners. So this is not BNI. I know, but this concept is not like BNI.
It's different, right?
Yes, it's different. Right. Yes,
it's supporting each other.
Exactly,
from different sectors, right?
From different sectors, and a continuous support on online, continuous hand-holding support.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. So I hope it is helpful and many more people join after watching this session of ours.
Yeah, thank you so much.
You're welcome, ma'am. Thank you. And moving ahead, ma'am, talking about transformational catalyst for self-transformations, right?
Yes,
so can you explain what it means to be a transformational catalyst and how you help individuals undergo self-transformations? You already shared one example, but like on the perspective of your own personal experience, please share it.
Yeah, definitely. So a transformational catalyst for self transformations. That means now catalyst is that some third person. You know, catalyst means something which is adding up to the process. Okay. And transformational catalyst means I am that catalyst there to bring the kind of transformation which the client is seeking. That part, it is divided into two different word parts: transformational catalyst and self transformations. These are the two parts where I am addressing my role. I am the transformational catalyst. I hope you understood my role. So now for self transformations means any person who is looking at themselves, who is not happy with the present state, current state. They are not knowing from where to begin, how to begin, what to begin. They have something in their mind of the desired state. This is the desired state. But they are not knowing how to reach this desired state from the current state. In their mind, they have a goal. This is the current state. I am not happy here, but I don't know what to do. I have the potential, I know, but I am not able to use it. I am not able to implement it. And they have this desired state. Okay, some place where they want to reach in their life. Now here comes when they, in their current state, when they are not able to do, when they are not implement, how the transformation comes. That's where me joins as a transformational catalyst. And what I do is within, it is all within. Self transformation means it is within. So the client who is coming from current state, they have it in them, but they are unable to identify where to start, how to start, what to begin with. So when I join as a catalyst, I will help them tap into their dormant potential. They have it, but it is dormant. It is sleeping. You have to tap and wake it up. Your own potential and start using it for yourself. So I am the one who is actually letting them know their own potential and make use of it such that you are reaching the desired state, right? So
Wow, ma'am.
self transformation, it is like a caterpillar reaching a butterfly state. So here I am a transformational catalyst. So my role is just to go there, help them, it is there within them, tap it, tell them you have this skill, you have this knowledge, you have this kind of talent, now use it for yourself. And then when they start implementing it, I have few of those worksheets. It is a drilling process where we go deep and deep and deep for them to understand who they are. So from the current state, it is a gradual process over a period of weeks. Depends. For some, it happens very fast within 2-3 weeks. For some, it takes 10 weeks, 12 weeks, depending on how they are, who they are. So from current
Right.
state to desired state, I help them reach. And once they reach their desired state, they are unstoppable. They have become a better version of themselves.
Wow, you're doing a wonderful job, ma'am. This is really praiseworthy because you are helping people grow. That's the best thing one person can do because we are born as human beings, like according to Hinduism, after 84 lakh
Yes,
of other species in this
yes,
world, and you
yes.
are making the perfect use of it, being an individual human being.
It has become my purpose of life, Moumita, because I will tell, like how you told from my own stories. Why did I arrive at this juncture of self worth? Because it is me as an example. I have mentioned in my book also, which is there in Amazon. It's my story. I was living a life throughout until I discovered my self worth. And when it
Mm.
happened at the age of 49. Why? What does
Okay.
that mean? Was I not living my life earlier? I told you I was a very successful physics lecturer. I was very successful. So I was living my life happily. But then that good girl syndrome, which is there in India, mostly being good. So this is
Yes,
tuned
yes.
in our families. One point which
Mm.
we discussed earlier, don't be selfish, don't worry about yourself only. This is also tuned, so we forget about ourselves. We always
Mm.
cater to others' needs most of the time. So I was in this kind of syndrome of being good girl. So I wanted to be good daughter, later good wife, then later good mother, all good. In the process of being good, to everyone, I lost myself. So it happened that I was very mechanically living. Though I was successful professionally and personally, also I was taking care of the family, I lost myself. My soul was crying. I did not understand why I was not happy despite being successful everywhere. And people envy my life. People see, I have a very good family of husband, parents, yes, and my kids and all. So people would envy my life. Usko kya kam hai? She is having everything. But internally, my soul was crying. There came a time in 2017 where there was a trigger in my life where it was happening within the family, within outside, just extended family, that I was being taken for granted, just like how normally we feel. Then I was questioning myself, what is happening with me? Why am I enclosed within this small area? What happened? When I am gifted with God's talents, why am I not exploring them and why am I not using them? When this trigger happened, that is when I discovered my self worth. This happened in 2017. After discovering this, then I started to document what all I am doing. I started to give importance to myself. If I want to say no, no, I started telling. Earlier, I was obliged to do whatever others wanted me to do. So before that, I was just living other standards of life. When this trigger happened, I realized that I have to live my life. From 49 years onwards, 2017, I started implementing these, documenting these, working on this, seeing how the results are happening. How, when I am giving importance to myself, how others are also respecting me. And when this process continued, that is how the book also has come up. And that is what I am implementing to others. Right now, if I feel some people are very demotivated with low self esteem, again, I apply the same principles which helped me come out of that shell. And they also, naturally, they break open their shell and they are also flying like butterflies.
Ma'am, you won't believe you spoke the exact same thing my mom still believes. Like you came out of that shell. My
Shell.
mother is still in that shell. And
Yeah.
I'm definitely going to show my mother the same podcast. And I'm sure that she's going to get in touch with you very soon.
Yes, definitely. I would welcome her. I would love it, all of you. Momita, thank you so much. So, this is what many people, whether be it male, whether be it female, here in India, everybody, I'll tell you, 90% are facing these issues. They don't know how to handle
Mm,
it. And this is
mm,
something where my observation is people don't want to talk in public about themselves when they are facing issues. And this
mm,
self worth issue is something which is grinding them, which is troubling them to the core. So, other issues they talk, but this is something being mindful about their
so
own,
true.
people don't talk. So, we help people to come out of that shell, explore
Mm.
themselves, become a better version of themselves.
So true, ma'am. My mother never know how to say no to anybody. So
Yeah,
still now, even if she has fever, she will never let us know until we touch her forehead and see that okay,
yes,
she has a fever of more than 102. And
yeah,
she has so much of talent, ma'am. The art, the music, the boldness, the communication skills, everything I learned from her. But she doesn't have that self confidence. I tell her that, Mummy, I got all these things from you. But you
absolutely.
do
So,
not have that self confidence still now. So this is
correct,
going to
correct.
help
So,
her a lot. I'm sure of this.
absolutely. Absolutely. So it will remind them, they will recollect all of their potential, which is dormant, lying in them. We also call latent
Mm,
talent. It is hidden.
yes,
It is
yes,
latent talent. So we have to tap into it and start using. So your mom can
yeah,
actually, with her own skills, see, that is why self transformations, I am a catalyst. I don't teach
yeah.
any new skill. I don't give any new knowledge. I only tap it and then they will explore on their own later on.
True, true. That is very much needed in the current generation, and also like to many individuals that is required,
Yes,
because most of the life we
yes,
spend just dreaming about things and not trying to take any step towards it. So the first thing is
absolutely
about self realization and self change, making the
correct.
change in within yourself. Okay, that is
Absolutely.
wonderful, ma'am. So moving ahead, um, what are your future goals and projects, ma'am, you are working on right now?
Yeah, yeah. So right now I am in the process of completing my third book, and one maybe in the near future, another few months, I will be publishing it. That's one part. And apart from it, as of now, I have been doing corporate trainings, government projects, one-on-one training, one-on-one coaching on this self-worth concept, and also I facilitate few of the training programs where I am the trainer. So all of this is happening simultaneously. And you also have seen my social media. So social media also I am continuously working on that, and I'm making myself visible at all places. First is to help people reach out. Number one, I also have YouTube channels, two YouTube channels. One is Mother Tongue
Yeah.
Telugu and one is in English. So that continues. So these are the various diverse fields where I am. I am also into Toastmasters, learning much more precisely as to how to give value to time. Within that limited time, how are you conveying your message impactfully? So all of these different roles I play. Now, next is I would want to reach much more wider audience, where I am right now. My mission is to help people to tap into their own true potential, as I told you earlier. So my next mission
Hmm.
is to reach out much more wider audience. So I will talk about maybe in the next by 2026, I am going to cover more than 10,000 people. More than
Wow.
10,000 people. As of now, I have covered almost, I'm reaching 1,000 people. So more than 10,000 people, because once the momentum is there, then the speed will increase and there will be acceleration. Then there will be publicity, mouth publicity. When people have got themselves impacted, naturally others are going to ask. And apart from it, I am also doing my own area of how I am progressing ahead and becoming much more wider visible. So I am working on that. By 26, I should be reaching my goal.
More power to you, ma'am. More power to you. And
Thank you.
before
Yes,
ending, I would like to ask you two questions, final two questions.
yes,
Are there any inspirational figures in your life which have influenced you to become the person you are today?
yes. in fact, to share with you one small snippet of my life. I am from Hyderabad. My father has been working in the government DRDL, DLRL. It is DRDO organization, DLRL. So now he is retired, 20 years since he is retired. But when he was working, he came here to Hyderabad in 1972. So we were all very young. I was less than 8 years. So if you have read Wings of Fire of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, you would be knowing that Abdul Kalam sir was the director of DRDL here in Hyderabad at that time. So to let you know, one small portion of my life is, in my childhood, we were playing with Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam in those days, 1970s. 1970s. Nobody knew he is going to become the president of India, but he is a man of strong core. His core was very strong. What he believed, he would actually, we all school children, I come from Kendriya Vidyalaya, so we were all neighbors in the same colony. There's a colony called Lax Quarters, Kanchanbag. We were all neighbors. So every evening, when we school children used to come out of the school gate and to his quarter, just beside our houses, he would actually stand near the gate and all our children used to shake our hands with him. And then he would come to the playground after we, freshening up and then come to play. He would sit with us and talk small stories. I was less than 10 years, around 8 years, and we never knew what. Of course, we were inspired by his stories, but we never knew the impact of it in the long term. Probably it has got registered in my mind, I'm not sure. So subconsciously it got registered. And that's one great influence where I never accept any kind of defeat. Of course, I might fail. I have failed many times. But
everybody does, ma'am.
Right, yeah, because of that registration of what his words and all, never give up, face failures, all of this. So maybe there are some pauses in my life, but this has helped me. So his words, the way he used to talk, we used to play pulling his hair and shirt and other things. So all of that in our childhood, and maybe that is registered somewhere, which is pushing me, the desire to do something impactful, give back to the society. That is what I also, as of now, do. Apart from my profession, I also give back to the society where I help the visually challenged people. I am a scribe. I write their exams, their assignments, their documents, government documents, and I also convert their textbooks into audiobooks through my voice. So all of this as a give back. All of this somewhere, I feel he is the person who is influencing me from, in the registered speech or whatever we have been speaking as children to him. And that's how it goes on. That's one person. And apart from it, there are so many role models we get to know. All of this, I pick up something or the other. See, nothing goes waste. As Steve Jobs says, who you are, you join the dots backwards, you will know the reason why it has happened. For me also, maybe there have been failures, so I collect everything from those dots. I join the dots. Every experience. Sometimes it would be a total waste of time you will feel at that moment. Later somewhere that experience will come into consideration. That's what has happened in my life, and that's why I take it as an inspiration.
That's wonderful and incredible, and you're also blessed, ma'am. So the last question before we end the session for today is, please describe yourself in 3 words. That's what I ask all my special guests.
Yeah. One, authentic. I am very authentic, true to myself. Generally, we see in public, people are, if I am an image consultant, people will expect a different kind of presentability. But then I am so authentic that I say who I am. It's an inside out image. And this I produce to people, and people will understand that you need not copy or you need not be somebody different. You just need to be authentic. This is one. Number two, my values, I am very principled. If I am thinking or planning something, I go to the detail of execution. So I am more of executing mindset. When I plan something, I do diligently my own homework. So that's number two. Next, I am my own inspiration. I am my own benchmark. So it's about me, who I was last year. who I am going to be next year, it is in comparison with me. So there are many
Yes.
people whom you get inspired, but don't compare. If we
Hmm.
start comparing with people, we will feel low because there are so many factors. You can't compare somebody's 20 years journey with somebody's first year journey. So this I have
Hmm.
learned over a period of time. As I told you, I discovered my own self-worth at 49 years. So there are youngsters, 25, 26 people who are doing much more better. But for me, from where I am to who I am my own benchmark. I am my own competition. So that is the third word.
Uh, Ma'am, wonderful, ma'am. You are like my mother, so please take my pranam from here.
Thank you
Yes.
so much. God bless
And
you, Moumita.
thank you, ma'am. You are truly authentic, you are truly principled, and you are truly an inspiration not only to yourself but to me also from today. So, thank you so much, ma'am, for joining. I wish you all the best and success for all your future endeavors, ma'am. Jai Hind.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah. Please take care. God bless you and your family and all your audience. I wish the best for all of you. Each person is unique. Please go ahead and explore yourself. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, ma'am, for joining us today. Have a
Yeah.
lovely evening.
Thank
Bye.
you. Wish you the same. Take care. Bye.
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 Thank you, ma'am. Bye.